So is it just the fucking scheduling? Is that the problem? Like,
I think it's the scheduling.
that's stupid because it worked the first fucking time.
Did it?
Like mine worked. So
okay.
is this the fucking scheduling? Okay. Anywho, we're finally in this bitch. Let me turn the music off. This is ridiculous.
No, this is too much.
Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't even sign into the right account. Anywho, girl, you got your drink.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
We in there.
Yeah.
We in there. We in there like somewhere this week. I guess I don't need two laptops. I'm not sharing my screen today.
You're not sharing anything?
But I do need. No, I'm not.
Oh wow.
I don't have anything to share. We're just talking about Nick Cannon, so I feel like, what else? What else do we need? Hey, if you want to know where we are, we're live on YouTube at Seattle Lights in the South.
Let me get us right on Instagram, because last time we weren't. We weren't right anywhere, so let's just start there.
What did Nick Cannon do now? He announced. I guess we'll wait to get into it. I forgot we were on live on YouTube. We have to get through it. So while she pulls it up, hey YouTube, hey TikTok. So if you're new here, welcome to Seattle Lights in the South. We are a podcast. We recently made the switch over to the YouTubes. So if you are interested in the episodes of seasons 1 and 2, go ahead and on any podcast streaming platform, type in Seattle Lights in the South, and we'll pop up for you with the pop up. You know, we've discussed things, like colorism, Black church, all the fuck niggas we done fucked on, college.
Jesus.
Everything about being a Black young educated woman in America. So, I mean, that's like wherever the wind blows us that week.
Pretty much. That's all we have to work with.
If y'all don't know, I'm Coco.
I'm Queen Pen. Hey.
All right. Period, poo. And yeah, girl, how you doing this week? I mean,
I'm good. My dog is going ham, bro. Like, she acts like I'm not.
What's my niece doing now?
She just acts like I'm not with her all day, every day. And she act like she's trying to be all up in the mix. Okay. We know she a material girl, but she needs to relax. But no, girl, it's cool. I'm chilling. I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Doing all the things. My regular work, gym, sleep, school. Barely.
Well, bless you. Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
How you doing, girl?
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. My life is still in shambles. Like, we've already been over this.
Oh my God.
Like, Riesling, girl.
She's doing too much. She's doing too much. So she's just gonna be with us.
This is ridiculous, girl. Like, we have a podcast we're doing, and you are over here doing the most.
She's over here barking, scratching, doing the most.
Anywho, I'm a lawyer, so
it's still in shambles.
That being said, I have my drink ready to go. I'm taking a shot of Casamigos and I'm chasing it with a bottle of wine. If you are of age, meaning 21 and older, because we do live in America, go ahead. If you drink responsibly, get you a drink and sit down. Right. But girl, when I mean a shot, I'm taking a double shot. This is a really cute little shot glass I got, and it says, "Of course, I drink like a fish. I'm a mermaid," and everyone knows mermaids are my thing.
They are.
Oh, I might regret this.
No regrets.
But the way my fucking week is going,
no regrets.
Like, let's not fill that bitch up.
I'm back on, what is this? Copper and Thief red wine blend.
Girl, you're gonna need to get you a different drink next week.
Well, I like this one.
We're supposed to be having Thirsty Thursday, and we're supposed to be shaking it up, and you over here drinking the same drink as last week.
Okay, girl, this is pretty strong though. This is kind of
That's cool and everything, but you got to get you some variety, bro.
Child, okay. Anyway.
All right. So 21 and up.
21 and up. 21 okay, and up. We're in our 30s.
Wait, so I didn't pour my wine.
Oh yeah,
this is my wine I'm drinking. It's from Whitehaven. It's a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, 2022 from New Zealand. I don't know if y'all care, but this is what we're drinking on tonight.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're getting fucked up tonight.
So let me. Oh, girl, my hands is voice. Didn't I just?
I feel like falling in love.
I feel like falling in love.
I feel like fucking.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All right, so let me pour my chaser. I guess we can start light. But the topics we have this week, I don't know, girl. I may need to pour me another glass.
So, and mind you, a lot of the things we talk about, we've touched on them before.
Look, we're gonna talk about them over and over again.
We're gonna talk about them over because y'all don't. Y'all don't be listening. Y'all don't be listening to us.
Y'all don't listen.
Y'all don't be listening.
So clink, 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 clink. Bitch, I'm scared. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Ooh, Jesus.
Ooh. That's nice.
Ooh, Jesus wept. Okay. With that being said, we gotta talk about Nick Cannon. Okay.
Yeah, this is too much. It's too much.
I can't lead into this shit. There's nothing to lead into. We on child number 10, apparently. I don't think it's number 10. I think we're on child like number 13. I think he's gonna pop out. It's like every 4 business weeks he pop out with a new pregnant woman this year. And it's like, I don't believe him.
Has it even been that long?
Girl, the last one he announced, wasn't that like in June or was that last month?
I feel like that was July because it was with the Wild 'N Out girl. And then he told us another one was pregnant after the other one was born, after we knew that he lost the other one from Christmas. This is my thing. This is my thing about it. Okay. Mind you, neither one of us have children. Okay.
Thank God.
And that is a very conscious choice both of us have made to go, because if we had wanted
children, gosh, can we pause for a second?
Yes.
This may be like a random detour. Never mind. I'll let you finish. We come back to it. I was gonna tell, because you're talking about conscious decisions, and I was like, we real life since like high school been like, you know what? We know what we're not gonna do. You know what we're not doing? Kids. We're not getting pregnant.
We're not getting pregnant.
We're not doing. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
And all the things we did to ensure that shit was not gonna happen. But we can talk about that a different day.
We'll circle back. But this is my thing. As we said, we have both made very conscious decisions. We are in our 30s to not be pregnant. Neither one of us have been pregnant. Okay. We do not have kids. We have not been in situations where we had to think about not having kids. Your choice, your body. Okay. But I'm saying all of these, that's a lot of raw sex. Because I'm sure there's a lot more women he's messing with that didn't get pregnant. Like, did you think about that? Like,
I did, because it's like, you have too many baby mamas for me not to believe that you have sex with every woman you're sexually interested in.
Every single one.
You have too many kids too close together in proximity and age for me to believe you're using condoms. Like,
And I'm just
I could throw up. I could throw up. I could throw up right now.
And the part that gets me is like this thought of that I hear from a lot of men that, oh, well, he got money, he could take care of him. What's the issue? What's the issue? Someone the other day said on the TikTok, and I wish I found the video, was saying women beware, because these men don't want kids. They want to give you kids.
Period.
Let me say it again. They do not want kids. They want to give you kids. It is their ego in human form.
How many times have we talked about married single mothers? How many times have we talked about single mothers and absentee fathers? Period.
Every time.
So it's like, at this point, I'm starting to believe y'all are just denying reality. But with that being said, for everybody on TikTok, come to YouTube, because I'm finna shut this down.
Yeah, we're shutting it down.
Focus over here, because the Casamigos is kicking in. So I'm finna be reckless.
Already?
But I can't do both. So
oh my God.
I'll see y'all later. Come see us on YouTube at Seattle Lights in the South. We live right now.
And for y'all who are just coming into the live, this is at Seattle Lights in the South. Okay. So y'all know what it is. If you've been rocking with us for the past 2 seasons, you know what we on. Okay. But as you were saying,
girl, it's just, I don't know, girl. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, child. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know what the purpose of talking about this shit is. And when I mean talking about this shit, I mean like actually like analyzing and being intellectual with this shit. Like, the niggas that gonna do this shit. The women that gonna allow this shit. And I feel like at this point, I'm tired of trying to make y'all hoes open your damn eyes. You having a baby by a man does not, he's gonna crown. It's not guaranteed you're gonna get a bag. It's not guaranteed he respect you and raise his fucking children and respect them. We've already talked in season 2. Was it that episode where we listed all these damn men? Because that wasn't it Cannon Part of Great Number in December that was announcing having a baby, and he didn't announce at least 3 times this year he's having another baby. So it's like, we already went through. Even if these men were good fathers, even if these men were financially available and actually had enough money to sustain a lifestyle for 10 children in 10 different homes, 8 different homes. Like, even if he was the best father in the world at this point, with this many kids in this many different households all over the country, it is impossible for him to be a present father the way in which every single one of those children need him to be. There's no way possible. I don't know what this obsession with Black people is. Like, oh, if you have the money to do it, you should do it. No. Some decisions are dumb decisions. Just because you have the money to do something doesn't mean you fucking do it. I don't know if I need to cuss at y'all more, get stern, or I don't know what it is. You are not creating babies. You are creating human beings that are going to spend 90% of their life as fucking adults. I don't know what else to say to get through to you. This is not about Nick Cannon. It's not about these women. Them are adults consenting to this fuck shit. However, they are bringing innocent lives into this world, and y'all don't ever give a fuck about the children you're creating. And he obviously doesn't, and all of these women obviously don't.
And let's get back to our intentionality of not having kids. Now, Coco wants kids. I myself don't know. Okay.
You want kids. You just don't. After talking to you enough times, you don't believe in this ideal that women try to sell you to have babies. I don't either.
Yeah, you're right.
But since we've been talking realistically about kids and like parenting, I feel like you've come around more.
You're right. And I
feel like you also would want a partner that could help you. Like,
that's the thing. So back to our intentionality. It's like, when you are intentional about these things, it really doesn't affect you the most. It affects these kids. And I saw a quote somewhere that said, you know, the women who are taking the time and are nervous about being good mothers are probably going to be the best mothers because they're thinking about it critically before they're entering into a life changing situation with another human being.
And that's the other thing. I know a lot of young people have babies, and not a lot of young people think about babies before they have babies. With Nick Cannon and all these women are older than us.
Yes.
These women about to be in their fucking 40s if they're not already fucking there.
Yes.
So that leads me back to the conversation, and maybe we can have a conversation black women aren't ready to have. What is our obsession as women in today's world, right? Fuck the conditioning. We get it. We've all been conditioned to worship men and to have internalized misogyny. We get that. What is the obsession with these women? And I don't know if I just let myself in there. What is the obsession with women just trying to live outside of the male gaze, but somehow doing that in order to attract men? It's like you have these successful women that have their own careers. They don't really need you for money, but for some reason, they're so desperate to be in your proximity and to slurp you down and to have children with you, even though you've demonstrated, because at this point, after child number 5, I'll give him that, because at first he didn't start out like Future. Okay, he got married, had babies, and was supposed to be this follow the law, happily ever after, and that didn't work out. This man, and again, it's like you have to think about the children, right? So even if you like this man and think that he would be a great father, if he has 8 kids, what makes you think, even if he wants to be there, he is going to be there? What is up with us having maturity around certain things, but in other things we refuse to grow as women?
Because at what point does that, like, we broke down the mathematicals. He has 10 kids.
We broke it down. We did math, bitch.
We did mathematical equations.
We didn't even break down Nick Cannon. What we did, I think it was the last episode of season 2.
Yes.
Or the second to last one, wherever we talked about like the baby, London on track, and all them men.
Right.
We did it for 3 children in 2 households.
Yes.
That was it. And we determined that basically each child will get like what, 13 minutes of one-on-one time a year?
Yeah. Total.
And that's what y'all niggas want to sign. You know what? Y'all don't even think about your kids. I don't even know why I'm talking to y'all. Women.
It goes back to them not really wanting to be fathers or not really wanting to be husbands. Or not them.
I won't even say that. I think their idea of what a husband and a father is, they're pulling it from patriarchy. They're pulling it from misogyny. And what patriarchy and misogyny says is a husband and a father is a provider and a protector. So you provide money and protect them physically from other outside sources. I'm not sure if anyone has said this, and I'm pretty sure we've said it 15,000 times a day. Money don't raise no damn kids.
It doesn't. And that's coming from 2 kids who were raised with money.
Money didn't stop us from trying to commit the S word. Money didn't stop either one of us from being sexually assaulted. Money didn't stop either of us from having emotionally at times unavailable parents. Money didn't stop us from feeling loneliness and depression and anxiety and imposter syndrome. So I don't know. I get that a lot of Black folks are living in poverty. We see the current in 2022 of this quarter. I mean, the last quarter, what we're collectively making, it's not a lot of fucking money.
It's not.
But this idea that poverty is the only trauma you can experience, and having not to deal with that kind of trauma X's out other traumas, I don't know who the fuck need to wake y'all the fuck up. But that's not how that shit works.
And I feel like sometimes it stems from, you know, how every time you hear people, oh, I want a better life for my child than I had for me. And the only thing that you can think of that was better was your financial situation. And you overshadow everything else. I'm like, yo, yes, her financial situation was bad, but why would you always tense up when Uncle Bobby would come over to the cookout? Because you knew what he did every other weekend when you had to stay at his house. Okay. Like we're and you told your auntie who married the Uncle Bobby about it, and she said, don't worry, just change your shorts next time you come over. Like, hello. So, but you just worried because you want to be the first millionaire in your family. Come on, man. No, absolutely not. There's more.
And then when we bring up the fact they want to be white men, they have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. It's like, really?
They be shocked.
Really?
Shocked.
Really? You don't know what we're talking about? You want to be able to provide and protect, which y'all ain't did.
And ain't.
We ain't gonna talk about that today. We can save that for another day or for my Coco the Lawyer page where I get into more academic topics.
We will.
But y'all ain't been doing that. And y'all definitely ain't doing that now.
You're not.
So what is it that you're pining after when you say you want traditional women? You want to create kids to make a legacy? Do you just saying this shit and not knowing where it comes from? Is that what it is?
Can we talk about that? Let's touch on that, because that's something that's always never really sat well in my spirit. When I hear
the legacy, I want to build a legacy. I'm building a legacy. I gotta have kids. I'm building a legacy. I gotta have 14 baby mamas. I'm building a legacy. You sound like you're building a legacy of being a fucking plantation buck, but I'll let you finish.
You know,
I should have took that double shot. I'm just saying.
Because no, take another. Because
shit, if you want me to get a little things of goose, don't get me started.
I mean, we got time. We got time today. Okay. But you know, like that's something that's always, because when you think about a legacy or what a legacy is, it doesn't even have to be a direct relative. I could never have kids. And, you know, I have a protege, someone who I have mentored and nurtured and cultivated to be something substantial in her, you know, community. Oprah has a legacy. Oprah does not have no kids. You can't sit here and say Oprah don't have a legacy just because her and Stedman ain't had no kids. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that all these other women who chose not to have children or didn't have children for whatever reason don't have legacies because a man didn't give them their sperm, which was fertilized for them to bear children. Are you kidding me? A legacy is only tied to the amount of children that you have. Having all those children doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to leave anything. Because more often than not, we're seeing a lot of people in our community having these kids. Nick Cannon dies tomorrow. What are those 10 children going to get? What are they going to
look, I ain't trying to count this man's pocket. You know what? Let me count this man's pocket. I'm looking up his net worth.
I mean, honestly, and we just saw not so long ago that Chadwick Boseman didn't even have a will. He didn't have a will.
Let me put my lawyer hat on. Please. And this does not constitute an attorney-client relationship. This does not constitute legal advice. If you need legal advice, you need to contact a lawyer near you for the particular practice area you need help with. If you have an ounce of money, we talked about last week about getting prenups. This week, you need to have a will.
Please.
And estate planning, estate law, all that varies by state.
Please.
You need to go by the laws in the state in which you are domiciled, meaning you live there, you are a resident.
Please.
Okay. Some states can have video wills. Some states you can write something down without having anyone witness it. Some states, like in the state that I practice in, you need 2 witnesses and a notary. You need to have something written down. Even if you can't afford an attorney to do it for you, you need to have something written down as specifically as possible, executed at least to the minimum in your state.
At least.
Especially y'all that ain't married. Because again, y'all go back into marriage. Marriage is a business. Yes, love is great.
And we talked about it.
Right? Marriage makes things a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning in most states, unless you have children that preceded a marriage, like in Florida, in most states, everything's going to go to your spouse upon death. If you want anything different than that, you need to have that shit written down. Because after you gone,
that's it.
We don't know. And then you're going to have your family fighting in court for years. When you could have just simply said, you can't have this, you have this, I'm not doing this, here's with my funeral, put this money here, put this money there, and get it over with.
And when we say an ounce of money, if you have one bank account anywhere,
if you got stocks, bonds, anything, any certificates, any property, like you need to have stuff in writing.
Because the thing that really concerns me the most is how quickly he's having these kids. I'm thinking if anything happens to him tomorrow, again, did he have time to add that 9th, 10th kid into the will? Because by that time,
see, if he doesn't have a will, what's going to happen is, since he's not married, all of his estate, whatever is in his estate, right? Your net worth, again, I don't know if we need to touch on what the fuck net worth is. Maybe we do. Your net worth is the accumulation of your income, your bank accounts, and your assets.
Everything.
Right? So when we talk about someone's net worth, it's not how much liquid money they have.
It's everything.
So a house is an asset. Stocks are assets. Bonds. Any other ownership interest you have in anything. Any inheritances. So let's see. His net worth, apparently, according to the internet, according to celebritynetworth.com, is currently $20 million.
Okay.
He got 10 kids. Each of them kids, if he just died today, this is net worth, right? Meaning he'll have to pass away, and all of the assets that are not liquid need to be sold.
Yeah.
To give us liquid cash.
Yep.
If that case, he has no will and it is passed down to his children, each of those children will get $2 million. Now, I understand some people cannot conceptualize that kind of money. For the children he has, that's not going to do shit for them.
At all.
That is going to be chump change. I can guarantee you, these are all minors.
Especially because they're young.
Housing,
they're babies.
Food, clothing, doctors,
education.
Their education alone, trust me.
Travel.
They're not going to private school. I mean, public school.
No.
And I can guarantee you that at least at the low end, I haven't been in private school in a while, but when I was going on the low end, and that was a decade ago, let's count for inflation, at least $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
10,000 times however long they have in school plus college. That money is not going to do anything for them.
These are all children under what, 10? Like his oldest?
I think the oldest are like, yeah, they have to be preteens. They can't be no older than a teen. They can't be teenagers.
So we're thinking, you guys, like the thing that's so this is going to be a lifetime effect. Like, I don't know what these women do to support themselves before these children, but I can't imagine that it's substantial to what they would be able to maintain in the event that Nick Cannon passes away. So again, because we are intentional, I'm not going to go into a situation expecting to fail, but I'm going to prepare myself for all possible outcomes.
As best as I can.
As best as I can.
Thinking about what kind of lifestyle do I want first and foremost.
Me, hello.
And then can I maintain that while having a dependent or 2 or 3? What kind of lifestyle and education do I want to offer my children? And if I die today, could my wishes be sustained until at least they're 21, 25?
At least. And they can
where Nick Cannon is right now, at the rate he is going right now with all these kids, I'm sorry to say he does not make enough money.
He doesn't.
To support these children long term. And if he were to drop dead today, because at any given point you can go.
Anybody could get it.
Like we just saw the verdict come down from Vanessa Bryant and that whole situation.
Yeah.
That was in an instant.
Instant.
An instant. You don't
In
know
a-
what's
in a-
going on.
In a
So
regular,
for you to not proceed as a person who is almost fucking 40, who has access to wealth and resources, for you to not think about setting your children up for, excuse me, bitch, for the best possible future ever, that's concerning to me.
and to say that it's in the name of legacy is disgusting.
What legacy though? That's the thing.
It's utterly disgusting. You just got back
It's like,
to have Wildin' Out. You almost didn't even have that. So you're playing a risky game here, sir. And someone even on Twitter was like, "Oh, he must be a sex addict." Sex addicts wear protection. I don't know what this man's going
that
through.
part, y'all don't believe in condoms, and then he out here with the audacity of talking about women's odor. You're the one throwing everyone's pH balance off. I'm sorry, sir. You're the dirty dick in the situation. You're the common denominator. So if you're around women that are smelling and you think all of them smell, it's probably because your dirty dick ass is having unprotected sex with all of these women just in rotation.
Girl, I was floored, but like not really. I saw a TikTok and this girl was like, "Oh my God, I peed my pants." And the guy was like, "Oh, how could you pee your pants? You have a tampon in."
Girl, if we weren't done talking, I would say goodnight.
The lack of education that men have on female bodies. And then to top it off, he confirmed with the other guy filming, wait, they pee and bleed out of different holes. The guy, there was 2 girls in that room. The guy was like, "Yeah, bro." So the fact that you guys don't want to take any, first of all, you want to build these legacies with these women that you don't even know how their anatomy works, at least.
But it's like, I think they confuse legacy with DNA. Like, what are you imprinting on your children other than your DNA? Did you teach them how to be a great business person? Did you teach them how to be a great farmer? Did you teach them how to be a great stand-up person? What did you actually instill in your kids that they're going to actually put forth in the world? You simply fucking their mother and getting them pregnant is not a fucking legacy. I don't know who told you nignogs that was a legacy. It's not.
Because every time I see him, and that's the other thing too, every time I see him, he's only just there for the baby shower. I never see him any other time.
He only there for a photo op, a baby shower. I don't never see him teaching no ABCs, no colors, changing no diapers, getting up in the middle of the fucking night.
You know, traveling,
talking to his kids about bullying, talking to his kids about fucking algebra. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, and I get that social media, you only put forth what you want to see, but it's like you're not going to convince me with all the kids that you have that you actually have time in your fucking day, in your week or your month to see every single one of your kids and spend quality time with them and participate meaningfully in child rearing. You're not going to convince me of that. The math is not ever going to math. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of us giving Black men that are quote unquote successful a pass at dealing in this problematic fuck shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. No one's thinking of them fucking children but us. Not even they fucking mamas.
Not
because if listen, it was the reason why I was so intentional about not having kids. I was looking at that man I was fucking, his living situation, and what was going to happen if I brought a child in that situation. I said, you know what? This not worth it for me, and it ain't worth it for no baby. I'm not fucking doing it.
It's not. Similar to when I'll ask for advice for someone. I'm asking you because you're somewhere I want to be, or you've walked where I want to walk. I'm not about to ask a homeless person how to build generational wealth. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do.
Well, they can probably tell you what don't do, but you know, we want to focus on what to do.
Right, what to do. Right, exactly. So if that's so to say that, you know, again, and like we said, I did say I was going back and forth, but in conversation, yes, I think the root of it is I haven't seen none of y'all nignogs that make me feel like I'd be comfortable enough in a situation with y'all and another person. Like, y'all realize that children are people? I think y'all forget that.
Not even that. We talking about this in season 2 and season 1. We're talking about how, you're having a human. That humans coming with their own personality, their own likes, their own dislikes. That's most of the time is probably not going to align with you as their fucking parent.
And you have to be okay with that. And if
you are not in a position to foster that no matter what, and you're only thinking about, oh, well, you're my child, you should be this way. No. Mm-hmm. But again, no one's thinking of the children.
We over here having oops babies at 35, 36.
Ain't no damn oops baby at 35.
I mean,
like at this point, how long you been fucking? At least 15 years, and you don't know how the condom works. And you I don't give a fuck if you don't know, if you know how the condom works, you too old to hear, I don't like how that feels. Well, guess what? You know what else feels uncomfortable? Childbirth, bitch. You know what else feels uncomfortable? Not having a father be there on the first day of fucking kindergarten, bitch. That's also very painful. You know what's also painful for your child? Not having access to their parent at the rate in which they need for themselves. That's also very painful. Surely you can forego 15 minutes of discomfort.
If that.
Listen, I've already said this. Promiscuous men give me I don't know how to fuck vibes.
Yeah.
If you don't have no repeat, well, I guess for Nick Cannon, that's out the window because he got repeat customers. He got repeat baby mamas. So apparently he's piping bitches down. But if you can't have repeat customers, no. You don't fuck well. I'm sorry. I don't know who lied to you or faked their orgasm. If you don't have any woman coming back for seconds, you do not fuck well. I'm sorry we went there on this Thursday Eve, but I had to say it.
People love
bitches. I pipe them down. I give it a bit. You've had 51 night stands.
People love.
You're not piping anybody down.
And then people love to put it on, polyamory and all that. It's not that. That's
girl. They don't know definitions of polyamory, polygamy. They don't know the difference. They don't know what it entails. They can barely communicate with their own thoughts. So I wanted to bring up polyamory in this conversation because a lot of people think that this fucking Hotep harem Nick Cannon has is a polyamorous situation, and it's fucking not. It's not even polygamy, bitch. He ain't married to nobody. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. Y'all don't know definitions of words. Y'all just be sucking out the side of your neck. Ain't been to school since the 7th grade. I can't deal with it.
Somebody take the bottle away from Coco. Somebody take the bottle away from Coco.
You told me taking up the shot. See, I didn't.
Please.
I know my limits, bitch.
Take the bottle away.
But no, so I want to talk about polyamory because the Nick Cannon situation is obviously not poly anything. It's just problematic.
Yeah.
But I wanted women, and we kind of touched on this in a live I did for Coco the Lawyer about polyamory and how, women should try it more, especially if they're heterosexual. And when I say try it, I mean you have multiple partners.
Think about it.
Some men are good for eating box. Some of them are good for eating groceries. Some of them are good for buying groceries.
What a concept.
You gotta more we've already read the last week we read the article about these lonely men having skill deficits. Yes. So at this point, I'm here for you morphing them together like the Mega Ranger. Just get this one here, that one here, put them all together, and there's your man.
That's it.
Instead of you trying to strong arm a nigga to be everything you need him to be, just go ahead and get you another one.
Get you another one. Yeah.
However many you need to fill whatever role you need to fill in. But to give y'all a little basic, real basic, like you need to do some research after this basic. Polygamy, polyamory, and was it poly something else? Those are all relationship structures with multiple people, meaning more than two. Monogamy is you're with one person.
That's it.
Not you cheating, but you being with one person.
And
polygamy.
Before you go forward, the key to this but what Coco just said, the key to this is consent.
Consent and communication.
That's what makes the difference. You are in a relationship with someone who consents to both people having beforehand relations with other people. That's not the person you're talking to.
Now, I want to further take it. Relations is not only sex.
It's not.
If all you are doing is having intercourse with outside people, that is called an open relationship or swinging if you are married. Poly relationships are relationships.
Everything that comes with it. Everything.
Meaning you're going out on date nights, having hard conversations, arguments, disagreements, life with other people
simultaneously.
Polygamy is usually when a man marries multiple wives. Polygamy is marriage. You can't be polygamous if you are not married. I don't know what Nick not need to know that, but one of y'all did. Polygamy is for marriage.
I ain't even trying to get married. That's too much of a commitment.
That's not polygamy. In the United States, polygamy is outlawed. You can be legally married to one person. Now, if you believe in spiritual marriage, you can have as many of those as you want. And again, if you want to have multiple wives and you're not legally married because you can't be, you need to have a will. Just tie it all together. Polyamory, poly whatever else, is relationships with other people. It doesn't have a gender attachment to it. It means that every person in a relationship can have multiple partners. I also want to say, I don't know which woman need to hear this, but if a man presents you with a polyamorous relationship and he is the only person having relationships, I'm sorry to tell you, bitch, and I'm calling you bitch because I love you, bitch, that's not polyamory. Bitch, that, I don't know what that is, but that is not polyamory. That is not a relationship you should be in. Relationships, no matter what their form, are supposed to be beneficial to all parties involved.
Yeah.
So that was my little spiel on poly. So again, whatever Nick Cannon got going on, that's not poly anything. I will call it a hotep harem.
I'll give you that. Because do he even call them his girlfriends? Like, do they even date?
No, they're not in relationships. They're not together. They're not married. He's fucking and having kids.
So they're situationship sisters.
Not situationship sisters.
I mean, because at this point, I mean, I don't know what to tell him. I don't know what to tell him. I don't know what they need to hear to feel comfortable. They're not getting a ring. Ever. So
like I encourage Black women that are interested in polyamorous relationships, right? We need to at least go over, like, girl, you need to be getting something out of all these people.
Please.
Either it's a man, a woman, or they, like, whoever you decide to date. You need to be, it needs to be a mutually beneficial relationship, right? Yes. Especially for you as a woman. A lot of times we put our needs on the back burner for a relationship, dealing with men because we don't want to upset them. But listen,
we can't.
The men that are into doing poly actually those are the men you might want to lean toward that anyway. I feel like men that actually engage in polyamorous relationships, when it comes to communication, when it comes to being transparent and forthcoming, they will probably have the skills to do that, or at least making an attempt to have the skills to do that. Because when it comes to polyamory, again, it's a relationship. You got to maintain multiple relationships, not just fucking. Checking in on that person, making sure they're okay, being their support system, you leaning into them, having them support you, all of those things that women say we want in relationships. Is like,
and if
that's what it's supposed to be.
I'm just really trying to think about this conversation. If Nick Cannon's busting up and being like, yo, I'm gonna offer you this dick and have my child, that's all you have to offer? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna move past it very fastly. I done had some good dick. Ain't no dick good enough in this world for me to want to have kids with you. I'm sorry. If that was the criteria of determining whether or not I want to be married with you, the answer will always be no.
Like, that's it? That's
all? It, dick. You got good dick. You think that's gonna be a parent? You think good dick is parenting, bitch? You think good dick is, you think piping me down got anything to do with getting this nigga her Cheerios in the damn morning? No.
I'm tired. I'm sick. My body is in 15 different pieces because I gave birth to a 10-pound baby. And
I don't even think about that. What happens when one of these kids' mothers gets sick? Who's taking care of these kids?
All he gave them was dick. That's it. That's all he gave. That's all.
Bitch. Bitch.
That's it.
These women are seriously having children with men that, even if they wanted to, couldn't even come get the kids if you had an emergency.
And don't let two of them be sick at the same time. Don't let two baby mamas be sick.
Who's taking care of these kids?
Not him.
I'm gonna need women, especially women that are trying to have kids by these athletes. Unless you are prepared to go at it alone, like you're on a mission, you want that bag, and that's it. You don't expect nothing. Now that's different. If you don't expect nothing from these niggas, then that's on you. But if you're actually having kids and you not thinking about what happens if I get sick, what happened if the baby gets sick? Because the last time my baby got sick and the baby died, he was out there piping down somebody else while the baby was dying. Don't think we forgot that shit. Because
that was
we disgusting. Did the math. Around the time the baby died was around the time he got the other girl pregnant that announced pregnancy in December. So let's not act like he's being attentive to any of these women or any of the children. Like, you're really out here having babies with men you can't even trust with their offspring.
My thing is, we talked about this in our hoe-ass ho phase episode.
Not hoe-ass ho phase.
But I'm not gonna speak for you, but I feel like I can and say that I've never messed with nobody who, if I really was in the situation, I couldn't call them. Like, there's nobody, if I'm stranded on the side of the road, I ain't got AAA.
Now, if I want to call them, that's a different story.
Yeah, I don't want to. Okay, like, I don't want to.
I don't need you to be my captain save anything. Say your black ass.
I don't need to owe you nothing. I don't need to owe you, but I could. Like, that's the thing. I could, and there's a high probability that they would actually be able to help me. Like, girl, if you can,
and I'll go for myself as far as to say that, like, because I don't know why maybe it was my daddy issues, but I messed with a lot of single fathers in my life.
Damn.
Not a lot, but niggas got kids.
Okay, fair.
And if they weren't taking care of their kids,
I'm not messing
with you. Not talking.
I'm not messing with you.
So I at least, even though last week I said I'm not taking anything into a corporate event, I meant that. But I at least know if we were to have kids, I would at least know they gonna take care of their kids.
At least.
And y'all don't even wait to find that out before you busting it wide open, like without a condom. Cause you know, it was like us. I was on birth control condoms and Plan B. You was not finna get me.
And won't.
You was not finna get me.
You wasn't gonna trap me.
Abortion was never on the table because we wasn't getting that far.
It wasn't. We didn't need that.
Like you're not. I don't care how good a person you are. I don't care how good the dick is. What you not gonna do is get me pregnant.
Right. Stay ready. Stay ready.
But y'all out here, I don't know, because you know, all these men we're talking about, they're in our age range.
Yeah.
We're young, like we're kind of like real young, but we ain't that young.
I mean,
our brain's been fully developed for a few years now.
Yeah.
Why are these women, again, I'm gonna keep posing the question so someone can answer me because I don't know the answer.
Yeah,
why are these grown ass women at their big ages engaging willingly in these relationships with these men that have so many baby mamas and kids all around the place just to get pregnant and be one of the lot? Like what is going on? Are we that desperate for male attention? Like are we that desperate?
All he gave them was
dick. And maybe a few shopping sprees. Baby girl, you know how many men you could probably be with more money than this man?
And that's another
let's be honest. All of his kids' mamas are preferences. So let's be real. This man was probably not the only rich man you have access to, and that's the man that you chose to have babies with. Or and that's baby.
The other thing, like by the time I figure out I'm gonna bust it open, I know I can get more than just dick. I could at least get a 2-piece and a biscuit.
No,
at least, at least, minimum. I don't even think they got that. Little fofo.
I am so disappointed in all of this.
Little fofo. Something.
I can't stand you. But no, so back to the polyamorous relationships.
Right.
I mean, I think monogamy, you know, through patriarchy, Christianity, especially through Christianity and Black people.
That part.
That like we equate polyamory with hoeing, and it's like, how am I a hoe when I'm maintaining multiple relationships? Like I know these people intimately on an intimate level, and you don't even know who the fuck your husband's fucking on Thursday. Ooh. So I don't think we're built the same. You're trying to preach monogamy, meanwhile your husband is piping his gay lover down every Wednesday afternoon at lunchtime.
But that's
you preach polyamory, but your husband has 2 side families. Ooh. You could at least get something out of this equation other than
at least
at minimum.
I want
again, I want to say that polyamory is not a response to not getting cheated on. You can be cheated on and still be polyamorous.
Right. Because again, it goes back to consent. What you have
and communication.
To. Okay.
And communication.
What have you communicated and consented to?
Were you being honest?
Hello? Is this on?
So what I'm offering, or not offering, I ain't offering y'all shit. Y'all can't have me. No, I'm just kidding. What I'm saying is, you know, in this whole vein of like Black women opening up their options and doing new things and getting out of their comfort zone, like just try it, right? But do it in a way where it's comfortable for you. So maybe like try, I mean, a lot of Black women don't like to date multiple people at the same time. So maybe you dip your foot in by having like a date with somebody on, you know, Wednesday, a date with somebody on Saturday. You practice saying, hey, I'm dating new people, get into the, you know, the swing of, you know, being honest and transparent. But like, I think Black women deserve to be in a position that is the best for them. And for some of us, polyamory is what's best for us. There are a lot of women out here now that are on the train of like, you know what? I don't want to be married. I don't want to have kids. So, sis, why would you not have fun? Let John take you out one night. Let Jeffrey take you out another night. Let Rick take you on a trip. Like, why the fuck not?
Why not?
Why the fuck not? And if you swing that way, Jessica can get you right on Tuesday. Hello? Miriam can get you right on Thursday. Like, I mean, like, what is the problem?
What's the problem?
You say, oh, well, monogamy is the way of the world. Yeah. And you see how good that's working out for you? And all these married single women, single mothers, and all these married women that got to deal with their cheating ass husband.
Now, again, if that's what you okay with, okay, girl. But we
for the people better than me.
Right. We speaking for the people who is not okay with them for that to be a thing. Because I'm sure some of these athletes' wives know what's up. These athletes' wives know what's up. Look at Khloe Kardashian. She know what's up.
If Khloe Kardashian really knew what's up, she wouldn't be hurt. Because to me, honestly, if I'm going to keep it real, I am a firm believer that all men cheat. I am a firm believer that men with money. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the whole picture is there are going to be men that are incels, meaning they ain't getting none from nobody.
Yeah.
So you're talking about men that are getting some that, you know, I mean, there are some men that don't. Yeah. But when you think about like misogyny, men that fall under the blanket of conventionally attractive for a man, minorly caked up, maybe tall, you think that him winning at patriarchy in that way is going to lead to him being faithful? Now, I get some niggas, they have their goal late in life and, you know, they have a well-rounded personality, but I'm talking about the majority of men on this planet are conditioned to be patriarchal. Yeah. Patriarchy says it's fine for you to have multiple women. It's fine for you to be a cheater. That's why when you talk about men having problematic friends, they can only think about men that physically abuse women and physically rape women. They don't ever talk about their friends that cheat on women as being a problematic man. Yeah. So no, I'm just going to assume, especially if you have money, you're going to be a cheater. So if I'm going to be engaging in a relationship with a man with money, I'm going to assume he's cheating on me.
Yeah.
And either we can start off by saying, hey, we can be poly or open or swingers. But then again, it goes back to my point of cheating isn't actually like about sex. It's about honesty and transparency and communication.
Right.
But men with money attract a lot of women. Men are taught how a part of being a man is how many women you can attract. How many women you can bed. They get married and have kids because society says at a certain age a man increases his status by having a wife and children. So if I'm marrying a man with money, I'm going to assume he's going to be dipping in somebody else. So I'm not going to be just sitting at home while you dipping in somebody else. I'm going to be letting somebody else dip into me.
That's what I'm saying. So she has to know what's up. Like she has to know what's up. There's no way she don't know what's up.
But yeah, but it's like there are some women that up and they think that because of who they are, that man's gonna change. And I'm sorry to say that's probably one of the dumbest things you can ever think in your entire life.
That's dumb as hell.
If you think that a man's gonna change anything about himself on the basis of you just being you, baby girl. We might want to check into a therapist.
Nah.
What is that about?
Nah.
For the women that are open-minded, going into relationships, being open to polyamory for yourself.
Yeah, it's for you.
Not to please a man or to make him choose you faster, but for yourself. Meaning you want to have people that are going to feed into you emotionally and be emotionally available, men that are going to meet your financial needs, your physical needs, whatever those things may be, those things Maybe you need someone that you want to play video games with, and after pipe you down. Maybe you want a man to take you on fancy dates. Maybe you want a man that's gonna go hiking and off-roading with you. So it's very seldom you get one person with all of those interests.
Okay.
So rather than be one of the lot complaining and them not having what you need, how about we stop misogyny if it's men and not women and give it a try, girl?
Let's see what happens.
This coming from a married woman. Go ahead.
Give it a try. You here to inspire the girls?
Girl. It's gonna be a tough love day.
Yeah, we've
let you
been
go
screaming
first.
at them all day.
No, I'm gonna give them some more because
okay.
Because this is ridiculous, girl. It's ridiculous. But go ahead, inspire the girls.
I'm just gonna reiterate. Whoever tickles your fancy, whoever you choose to do for you what you need them to do for you, make sure that's not all they're doing. Like, I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that this is it. That's all they're getting. Like, maybe it's not, and we're just not seeing it.
Dick in a check. That's it.
But at the end of the day, I feel like you're worth more, girl. You're worth more. And you should demand more. Get it. You can get it. It exists. So if you know you want more from somebody, your partner, your homegirl, your guy for whatever, get it. They'll give it to you, or they won't, and then you just find somebody else who will. Hello.
Period.
So yeah, that's what I got. Don't settle for the bare minimum, below the minimum. The fuck.
I don't even know if I got anything for y'all. I just don't be a dumb bitch. Like, I don't know. That wasn't very
that's all you got. that's all you have. Okay.
I mean, a more productive statement in that vein would be to prioritize yourself and what's in your best interest. Don't be letting these men talk you into things that is not aligned with you that you do not want. Mm-hmm. You need to go after the things that you do want, not just in academia, not just in your career, not just with your hair and your makeup, but with everything. Would be with men in relationships. If you're heterosexual or pan or bisexual, and you deal with men still, whether it's with your friends, whether it's with any of your hobbies, do things that you actually want to do. And be okay with people not wanting to participate in that. Learn to let them go.
Bye.
In summation, don't be a dumb bitch.
Okay, girl.
I know I'm being very
you're just over
just
it.
very like stern and a little bit insensitive. But it's like when we're talking about women that are older than us, making these decisions as if they're 19 years old, women having daughters and not teaching them, to value themselves or to like themselves, or to at least not have internalized misogyny. And then women around here betraying friends and putting themselves in situations that are harmful because of the approval or the gaze of a man. Like, yes, it's conditioning, and yes, I give the girlies under 25, I give y'all all the grace.
Yeah,
you're learning, trial and error. But these women that are older than me, that were born in the 80s and the 70s, behaving like this over a fucking man.
There's no
over a man. You're so smart, so educated, you're caked up, you're CEO, you're a VP, you're slaying the girls. When it comes to a man, you're 12. Like, again, I will say, don't be a dumb bitch. Like,
yeah,
You too old to be making these decisions as if your brain isn't fully developed. Like,
Yeah.
how deeply up a man's ass do you need to be?
Too deep. In too deep.
Like, it's really bothering me that I'm still seeing that even with the women it's Black women that have been pushed to be a go-getter, be successful, we still have this juvenile thirst for being chosen by a man. And I get it. It's a patriarchal society. I understand. But at the expense of your mental and physical well-being, like, that's dumb bitch behavior. I'm sorry. Like, that doesn't make no sense to me. I'll let y'all live though. I'll let y'all have it because y'all ain't listening to me anyway.
Right. We've given what we can give. Well,
we already broke down that these kids ain't getting nothing. If you got another kid, that them 2 million is going down.
Yeah.
Another kid down again. Another kid down again. Another kid down again. And we see that he is not even in control over his income.
Yeah.
You don't have no ownership in what you've created. Yes, you may be the face of a show. And yes, that may be a lot more than a lot of Black people have, but you don't own no network. If you say the wrong thing, you out.
When we seen it.
It already happened. So it's not a stretch. It's not a reach.
It's not.
It's going to be a repeat. And even with entertainment, your show can get canceled tomorrow without you even having done anything wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're setting your kids up for failure. They're not even going to have a dad in their life when they come home and they've been bullied or had a hard day. You know the probability of a kid having a hard day at school and you got 10 of them across the country?
Nah.
Because we've talked about it in our we both do sure, and we're going whatever. We're doing what we're doing. We talked about how it's like men that actually are polygamous, how that actually is ran is all the women are being taken care of by this man. They all live in the same close proximity. So that man's not going here, there, and everywhere. Everybody's here. We may be on the same block or have the same home, depending on how many kids, how many wives.
Mm-hmm.
All the women are taken care of financially. All the kids are taken care of financially by that man.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean to tell me you got kids over here in LA, kids over here in Atlanta, maybe some like in New York. What happens when your daughters start going through puberty and they need their dad around? What happens when there's graduations in the same weekend? Because you have how many kids the same age? Whose graduation are you going to? How do you make that decision? Because you as a man was too concerned about getting your dick wet. You didn't take into consideration, I have 3 kids that are the same age.
Yeah.
They all go to private school. Most private schools around the country graduate around the same time period. How are you going to determine which one to go to? And how are you going to explain to the kids that you're not going to go see? How are you going to explain to them why you're not going to show up and why you should have for the other kid?
Right.
What's going to happen when your kids start college?
You can't move.
And they want their moving in picture with both their parents. What happens if one child becomes disabled due to a camping accident while they're away at summer camp? What happens if one of your kids is a teen parent?
What happens when they want to get married and have their own kids?
Are they going to be able to be like their white counterparts and have their parent pay for their wedding? Their $100,000 wedding?
because this is the lifestyle that they're living.
So you want them to be rich kids and grow up like they middle class?
Pretty
Is
much.
that gonna work for you? No.
Pretty much.
What are you gonna do when your son's acting up because their daddy ain't there?
Now you got to go to a court case.
What are you gonna do when one of your kids turns out to be a little bit more brown than you had anticipated? And now they're having issues at the schoolhouse.
It's too much.
How much time investment are you going to put in to teach your male children how to be a man? Because right now, what you're showing them is a man is a promiscuous, dirty dick nigga that doesn't respect himself enough to consider his children and consider his physical health. This is the legacy you niggas are trying to create. This the legacy? Y'all can keep that shit.
Yeah, it's too much.
Y'all can keep that. We don't need no more of that legacy around.
Not at all.
That legacy has your male children growing up and entering gangs, even though they went to private school. That shit is having your male children having the highest suicide rate in the Black community. That right there has your Black children in prison more often than any other demographic of male.
And we can't forget, if you have 10 kids, at least 2 of them gonna be gay. At least.
Don't let one of them be transgender or non-binary.
There's 10. There's a high probability.
Them poor children.
And now they're getting bullied at school. They're getting bullied at school. They don't have anyone to support them. They don't have anyone to talk them through how they're supposed to feel or how they're supposed to navigate those changes and those emotions because you're MIA. Reason why the black community cannot get anywhere. Honestly, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
All right, bye YouTube.